up in a small town in our own world. Had a thing for this shawty, wish I knew her. But I only sit online on computer. I'm talking so bad, won't text her, I'ma call first. Grew up in a small town in our own world. Had a thing for this shawty, wish I knew her. But I only sit online on computer. I'm talking so bad, caught this sick, now I'm off work. Grew up in a small town, used to stay off Wanish Way. Worked in the mall, the food court at Chick-fil-A. Even called out my name as you handed me my tray. I looked you in your eyes and still had nothing to say. The embarrassment was written all over faces. I about face and walked the other way. And to be quite honest, I can't shake it to the day. Add you to the long list of regrets in my life. Now to make matters worse, you a mother and a bride. Ask me if I'm okay, I just lie and say I'm fine. There's no queen, there's no UNITY. Pretty girls rarely like nice guys. They in the pizza nights and some cheap red wine. Them South Florida beaches, you can see sunrise. I'm chasing limelight, more rhymes, tour lines. If things don't work out next life, I won't think twice. Grew up in a small town in our own world. Had a thing for this shawty, wish I knew her. But I only sit online on computer. I'm talking so bad, won't text her, I'ma call first. Grew up in a small town in our own world. Had a thing for this shawty, wish I knew her. But I only sit online on computer. I'm talking so bad, caught this sick, now I'm off work. Had a...
All right, boom, boom, boom. And we back. This is your boy Enigma September. This is the Enigma Sept Hour podcast, episode 189. 189. What you just heard was Small Town. My man Tareef Knockouts. He's not in the small town anymore. He's in the big town. Used to be Title Town. Now they can't buy a win. Need to go buy the win, buy the bay. What you gonna say? Your fiance going crazy like Kanye and a dance move like Beyonce. Anyway, that's my rapidy raps. Hey, yo. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to this episode. Special episode, maybe. Like I mentioned in the live pre-message, I'm not one for clickbait. I think it's corny. But with all of the events that have happened, or the event that has happened between Halloween and November 1st, I think it's a good time to talk about some things. And plus, this wasn't planned. It was not planned. Those who follow me on Facebook had something set up. Didn't work out. Will work out later. So no worries about that. But had to come up with something, and therefore here we are. Now, what I just realized is that I did not lock up Kobe. So Kobe is going to make an appearance at some point. Sorry, Pat. Just prepare your ears, my boy. I know I already got the echo. See, look, already. You already know. As a matter of fact, you know what? Y'all hold tight. Because you know what I can do? I can always pause this, can I? Yeah, give me 2 seconds. All right, and here we go. So, Anyway, Kobe's fine. We're fine. Welcome back. Yeah, man. So I titled the episode The Tragedy of Takeoff. If you haven't heard, go ahead and get into it. Not gonna get into it, but if you haven't heard, the one of the members of probably definitely the most influential rap group, the only rap group. Sorry, Earth Gang. Um, Influential rap group in the past 10 years, past decade, um, was shot and killed in Houston early this morning, November 1st. Takeoff. Of course, the three members that make up the Migos is Quavo, Takeoff, and Offset. And yeah, death is final. It's Finn. That's it. Um, so there's a lot to unpack with that plus other stuff, but just wanted to acknowledge the title of the podcast, so you guys know what you're gonna get into. If you're watching live, and I really want to put this out, probably didn't do a good job at that. If you're watching live, I want you guys to chime in with your thoughts. Man, matter of fact, I may even let somebody even come on and join me. Like your dad used to let your neighbor do with your mom. Anyway, that was horrible. Too much Coach Sturdy. Too much Coach Sturdy. That was a symptom of too much Coach Sturdy on TikTok. My fault. Anyway, what was that? Yeah, man. So before we get into that, I want to get into other hip hop news because sadly enough, the world continues to spin, continues to go, even when it stops for you. Hard truth while I'm sipping on this hard liquor. Uh, so let's get. I don't know. I don't even want to get into it, man. It's weird. It feels weird. But let's get into it. NBA YoungBoy surpassed J.See. I know some of you guys are like, why are we clapping? Why are we clapping? NBA YoungBoy surpassed J.See for the most Billboard 200 entries. I guess they said the Baton Rouge rapper had a grand total of 25, surpassing Hova's 24. Even though supposedly Billboard didn't count the Everything Is Love in his solo discography. So if you count those songs that charted, maybe J.Z still in the lead. But with NBA YoungBoy announcing that he's gonna drop like 10 albums, I think this year. Yeah, I don't think anyone is about to catch him anytime soon. But it's top 200, and it's funny because, of course, those who know that a lot of this is based on streaming. As a matter of fact, another case of the effect of streaming and how songs are counted on Billboard. Taylor Swift. I want to say Tyler so bad, not Tyler the Creator. It's just like DJ CERN. DJ CERN was like one of the first people I knew that really was like fanboying for Tyler the Creator. I want to, CERN, if you watching, I just saw you yesterday. If you watching, you still a Tyler the Creator fan? I just dawned on me. Like he was really gassing Tyler up like back in the Goblin days. Help put me on. I was like, all right, this monotone dude. Yeah, all right. And then CERN was just like really going hard on it. Hey, yo. And I was just like, well, if CERN likes it, maybe it's worth me checking out. And here we are, Tyler with what, 2 Grammy noms. Anywho, so yeah, but back to it. Taylor Swift, now occupies the top 10 hottest songs in the country with her latest release. I think it's called Midnights. Enigma, why are you talking about Taylor Swift on your rap podcast? Because the name of the podcast is Enigma Sept, and I can do that. Really not funny. It's really is. You gotta be aggressive, my boy. Chill. Why are you being aggressive? Anyway, so yeah, man, it's streaming. It's streaming. Now I got Taylor Swift, one of her first songs stuck in my head. Sweet. Quarter after one. No, that's Lady Antebellum. At a what is it? Antebellum? Lady Antebellum? So I go Lady A, that didn't work. And it was just like, oh man, we stuck with this racist song. Good God of Zion. Anyway, quarter after one. Now the song stuck in my head. I don't even know the song. Quarter after, that's all I got. Quarter after one. I've been rather done. I regret. Anyway, so what is it? Solo rappers with most charting albums on Billboard 200. Oh, check this out. This is interesting. This wasn't part of the pod, but about to make it part of the pod now. Let me see this list. Solo rappers with most charting albums on Billboard 200. Number 1, where's Gangsterville? Gangsterville, are you there? Are you out there? DJ Bush. Number 1 is E40. Number 2, Tech 9. That makes sense. Number 3, Gucci Mane. That makes sense too. Number 4, Kobe would not be defeated. Number 4, fittingly enough, Snoop Dogg with 28. I mean, Snoop got 28 songs. I mean, albums. What the is that? Okay, wow. NBA YoungBoy got 24. J.See got 23. Tupac got 21. Nas got 20. Oh, wait. Solo rappers with most charting album. What is Nas with 21. Wayne with 20. It can't be albums. The Game with 18. Too Short with 18. Future with 17. Ice Cube with 15. Scarface with 15. And Q-Tip with 15. It can't be albums. Can't be. Ain't no way Q-Tip got 15 albums. Songs, maybe. Albums, no. They tripping. But then it's kind of amazing if E40 got 32. You need to drop 8. You need to get 8 more up there just to be right with the universe. Anywho. That's all I got there. So I guess shouts out to NBA YoungBoy and his streaming app. Also, too, man, I guess by the time you guys hear this, it's gonna be like hella late. But happy Halloween. I guess I had fun. My Halloween was all right. Had to work that day, of course, but was able to take my godson out trick-or-treating. I sat in the car. I was like, nope, nah, I'm good. Actually, I had a photo shoot. Again, shouts out to DJ CERN. The other boys over there. I forgot the name. Tallahassee Speed. That's the name of the group. Why are you calling us out? Why are you telling everybody our business? My bad, bro. I'm sorry. But yeah, and then went trick-or-treating. Then celebrated my cousin Tia's 40th birthday. Oh, yo. Sorry, Tia. I didn't mean to hit that button. Yeah, yo. I'm going to get in trouble. That's like Tia, 40th birthday, man. Yo, You think it's wild? Like, man, I'm about to be 40, Stephanie. I'm about to be 40. Oh my God. Yo, imagine when like the jits, when people that's like your jit turns 40. You like the underclassmen turning 40? You now you know. Now you know you there when the underclassmen. But no, it was a good time, man. Good time to chop it up with her and the family. Of course, with me, Fee, and my godson J.See. Like I said, he was with us, so it was dope. And the weekend, shouts out to FAMU Homecoming. FAMU Homecoming. FAMU Homecoming was pretty dope. All things considered. Now I ain't do much. I didn't do much. I felt bad. I didn't do much because I felt bad. And I didn't do much, so I felt bad. Just seeing my classmates really represent on the hill. I guess we are really like those like seasoned veteran rattlers now. They like really come back and like really like we got money and prestige now. So it's not just, oh, I'm coming back because I've been gone for 5 years and I'm still trying to get my life together. I'm gonna wild out and try to act like I'm 20 again. No, like we coming back and we like key parts of homecoming. You know, shouts out to my classmate Tiffany. She was the speaker to what coordination? What do they call it? Coordination. Colloquium. What's it colloquium? Convocation, man. I know what it is. Yeah, it was like, yo, I'm trash because we at one point we had the same credentials. V. Oh, my wife acting like I don't know the news. I know what he said. I'm gonna clown him later. He gonna get clowned because he looking for attention. Why you been saying that? But I'm gonna let the people know later, baby. I love you. Anyway, yo. Felicia is low-key co-executive producer of the Enigma Sept Hour podcast, of course. Of course. But nah, man. Yo, my girl Tiffany was the speaker for the homecoming convocation. And like it's weird. Like I said, it made me realize how trash I am because 22 years ago we had the same credentials. 21 years ago, like IB students at FAMU. I think she may have originally been in J school. I crossed over from SBI. Shouts out and RIP to Dean Mobley. But I switched over to J school. Shouts out and RIP to Dean J Hawk. And yeah, so I'm like, yo, she up there. Like she's important. And me, I'm on Facebook doing clickbait. Like see how life works? No, but no, man. My mom's right. Shouts out to me, man. She works with ESPN. She does the color. She's a color. Sound racist. Color. She's the announcer. I think the color announcer for the HBCU football programs that they do. I think all the sports, if I'm correct. But she's a trailblazer. Following behind the likes of what was the other lady? Lord have mercy. There's a lot of ladies come out of J school. Matter of fact, it's like really trailblazers. What is? Can y'all be clowning my girl? She graduated in '84. I cannot think of the lady's name. She do Fox football. Y'all can always clown her about her wig. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Thank you, Mama. Mama. That hurt. I ain't gonna front. But I'm gonna get that later. But yeah, man. But she been doing the thing, and like, anyway, was it Rachel? I know my mom's name Rachel. It's not Rachel. What is the lady's name? Anyway, I didn't prepare for this. I'm freestyling, so judge my mind, not my heart. But yeah, J School, man. J School, FAMU Homecoming. We did that. We do that. Shouts out to Hope, my own girl Hope. She was Miss FAMU 20 years ago, so she came and represented. I remember Hope's name. Oddly enough, I think it's Hope Jones. It used to be Hope Hampshire. Well, I remember Hope and can't remember like the most infamous news reporter to come out of J School. I'm tripping. Anyway, Facebook, that's why. Facing the book, as my daddy called it. Facing the book. But FAMU Homecoming was dope, man. Also, man, big shout out. I almost forgot. My boy. Oh, boy. Satsmo, Sats Flay. Bro, look here. Look, man. I should pull up the picture. Look here. I don't know how many times, and y'all know, you want to FAMU Homecoming, especially if you're a local. You want to, scroll down, get you a good plate. You know what I mean? Get you a good plate or whatever. And how many times I went there and just got like some regular chicken wedges, what they call it? Chicken fingers and some fries from a vendor just because it's a vendor. I went to Homecoming. I supported. Nah, that was trash. The tenders was dry. The fries was too seasoned, and the lemonade was all right. Lemonade always busting. I ain't afraid of the lemonade busting. But boy, that's usually what happens. I ain't gonna front. That's usually what happens. Is that I'll mess around and get some. Sorry, mama, and get some dry ass plate. Man, what the world is this? Just do it just for the sake of doing it. But this year, my boy Satsmo, good God of Zion. I'm saying that for real too. Boy, that chicken plate, that mac and cheese, and them beans, y'all just don't even know. What he said? I can't even click on the thing. My baby said, had some good mac and cheese off my husband's plate. Look here, man. Look here. And for those who've been following me since the beginning, Sats used to be, matter of fact, he had been on the podcast probably about some 10 years ago on the original Enigma Sept Hour, back when he was, rapping and things. But, when I say that thing was busting, like no cap, it was busting. Like that thing was. Give a man another round of applause. We need some Nori claps. Get some more of this JD, man. Get some more of this JD. This ATL, don't stop. It's Tennessee. That's what. Probably been in Tennessee. Look at, hey, baby, you gotta chill. He said he don't make all them noises when he eat my food. I just told you your chicken and rice was busting for lunch. I ain't even want it. And I ate it, and I regretted my decision not to want to eat it in the beginning. You gotta relax, baby. Of course, she said I had some cunt salad and some seafood mac. Yeah, so she had cunt salad, seafood mac. Those who don't know, Fee is a pescatarian, so she couldn't partake in the chicken eating. But yeah, she would have got her a good plate. Shouts out AP. What's up, AP? Oh heck, I probably done missed it. Yo, you missed if you weren't down here in Tally. Have you been to Tally, AP? Am I tripping? Let me find AP probably in Tally for all I know. That's the homie online. AP the homie online. I appreciate you following through. I really do. But yeah, homecoming. If you make it a homecoming, what y'all talking about? We talking about homecoming, girl. Oh, I get it, Fee. She's like, ooh, get him, Fee. Okay, let me not come in and late instigating. Fee talking about instigate. Look here, man. I'm already on this brown. Y'all gotta chill. Already on this brown. Probably gonna cry on the podcast. If you know how it go. Anyway. AP, look here. Man. Don't do that. Don't do that. I did that. She said, oh, heck, I skipped my own homecoming this past weekend. What's your homecoming? What school you went to? So I can clown them. Anyway, probably NC-A&T. Probably North Carolina A&T, I bet you. Or Perry View. One of them. AP looked like she went to Perry View. Just don't say Alabama State. But no, man, I did the same. I basically said the same thing. I missed my homecoming. And it was just weird because now, did we play y'all? Well, it couldn't have played y'all because y'all, she said, nah, I'm in Arkansas because FAMU played Arkansas Pine Bluff. And we whooped that ass. We tapped that ass. We tapped that ass. So, yeah. Okay. University of Central Arkansas. All right, shouts out. Shouts out to Central Arkansas, man. But yeah. So you can holler at your people at Pine Bluff, hit them up, be like, fam, you tap that ass. And if they be like, nah, we was all right, we kind of held our own. Cap. We got that. We did that. Go back to Little Rock. No, I'm joking. That's a Little Rock. Walmart, Bill Clinton. I'm on the brown. What Fee said? Fee gonna talk about that's what I'm talking about, man. Y'all get these comments so I can not talk about what I want to talk about. I don't want to cry on the show. Girl, then he tried to smooth it over talking about chicken and rice was good. Chicken and rice was busting. I put some hot sauce on that thing. I was good to go. You talking about? She said, swag action. I do root for UAPR. They needed you because we did that. We appreciate them. Thank you for the entertainment. Thank you for coming down here. Now we got to face Southern. That should be fun. You know what I mean? That's gonna be hype next this Saturday. Unfortunately, probably won't be attending that game, which means I'll miss all my family games, home games. But it is what it is, man. But shouts out to FAMU. Matter of fact, I ran into this documentary. I'm gonna get to y'all. I got a whole 30 minutes. Relax. Speaking of FAMU, I found this documentary, or not documentary, this piece on FAMU on YouTube. I think it was Saturday, like Friday night, Saturday morning, I think. And the piece was regarding the fiasco about the FAMU players and them not being eligible to play during the first game against the University of North Carolina, and how the boys stood up, expressed their grievances. Someone was able to play and was able to go up there and actually held their own against, I think now ranked ACC team. If they're not ranked, they got a winning record. So this ain't no scrub over there. And FAMU held their own for the first 3 quarters. And I don't think North Carolina played it safe because they felt like, oh man, they have the bad time. No, I'm pretty sure they would have tried to knock their heads off, because you're gonna knock their heads off regardless. When it comes out to football, we'll feel bad for you when we up 50. But no, FAMU was in there for like 3 quarters, and then eventually North Carolina took over, but that was because depth. But there was a couple of guys that they interviewed in regarding the situation. And there was one guy in particular, very articulate guy, no racism, and really was speaking on situations and really described the plight of college athletes, especially at FAMU. And even mentioned how like some of these boys they had nowhere to stay, they had no food, you don't have money for food, and if anybody went to an HBCU, you already know how it is with financial aid and how almost seems like it takes forever for you to get your money. Just the nature of the beast. But especially when you're a football player and an elite football player, that's important, very important. And Buddy, I really was impressed on him and his fellow players, how they described the situation. But what was crazy was Sunday, Fee wanted some more homecoming food. So we went and pulled up, me and her daddy. Shouts out to Mr. John. Mr. John. Did he sleep now? Mr. John. Yeah, he sleep. Anyway. I see you. You got it? Okay. Mr. John, my audience right now. So you see me looking off in space. I'm hollering at him. Anyway. But I met the player. Like I saw him on YouTube Friday and then ran into him randomly on Sunday and was able to speak to him and told him like he did a great job and hold your head and y'all stay strong, man. I guess real quick, let's call attention to that, man. Like whatever we can do, especially me as an alumnus, whatever we can do, man, to make sure them boys straight, let's do that for real. That like I knew some of the situation, like what was in the news, but the video really gave really in-depth behind the scenes of what was going on. And I'm pretty sure it's even deeper than that. And it really it hit me, man. They don't deserve that. They don't deserve that. And I'm a big fan of, these kids deciding to go to HBCUs. I think it's a long time coming, and I hope they keep it up. But as a community, as an HBCU community, as a college football community, if you feel like, you can go and root for Arkansas or, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Florida State, Miami, Penn State, USC, Oklahoma, that's cool. But man, just give a little bit over to, these smaller schools, and particularly these HBCU schools. Shoot some change over there. Throw some merch. You know what I mean? Let's do that. Because they need it, man. They need that. And we'll all be better for it, straight up. We'll all be better for it. What AP talking about? That right? If you gonna try. So my feet gonna try to put a little razzle dazzle on it with the compliment. You know what I'm saying? Tell wifey do me. Ooh, they were up and down each season though. I know Arkansas Pine Bluff, like I know the name, but that's all I know. Like I know I've seen the name, I know the mascot for whatever reason, but don't matter. We beat that tail. Yes, Lord. And people like, I hope I don't run into that. My senior is leaning towards Langston. It comes with the territory. And I'm gonna speak on it. Hopefully, if I can get to it during the pod. But we come down to HBCUs and the struggle is really is white supremacy. That's all I can say. And not just white supremacy, but white supremacist ideals and institutions. And in particular, just years and years and years of unequal funding. Then you have you have graduates, and of course, you go to an HBCU, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be black, and you have to deal with certain things. You may not have the capability to give money back to that school like your white counterparts get back to their school. And that those schools thrive off the get back. And so, and then, like I said, funding, and then you just have a situation where you rob Peter to pay Paul. That's basically what it is. That HBCUs, they got to fund these different criterias, which a lot of times are set up by school boards who know that this HBCU already struggling. They want to set all these bars to just make it harder for them. So the idea comes like, okay, we use this money to handle our business, maybe even some business from last year, and we can push these kids off until late October, November. Let's do that. So we can use this money for this and then get the money back once tuition start coming in. You rob Peter to pay Paul because you're just always in the struggle. That's basically what's happening in the HBCUs, and that's why this seems like it's a culture of funding or the financial aid is always like backed up or mixed up or messed up. But it's because they're not getting the funding. They traditionally haven't gotten the funding they need to basically get right. And some of it too may be just the culture that was built over time. So yeah, you got a third generation administrator who just doing what his mama did, who doing what his granddaddy did, which probably don't need to do now because of technology or whatever, but that's what they used to. So do we need to clean house in some instances? Yeah. And get the right people that you may not be comfortable with to get it right? Yeah. Yeah. But a lot of it stems from the pressure that comes from being a black school. Even if it stems from the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, we already know that institutionalized racism, it has a lingering effect, and that's what we're dealing with. And so we really need I really need people to understand that. So, because so many times people want to dog HBCU, why they ain't doing this, why they ain't doing that, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, because they've had to deal with institutionalized racism and white supremacy for the longest. And so they trying to catch up. But then even when they try to catch up, now you got a new generation of white supremacists that make new laws to make it even harder for them to kind of catch up. I know it's almost part of the topic I wanted to do today, but I gotta keep it moving. Got off unfocused. Anyway, but yeah, man. So just remember that when it comes down to HBCUs, you always gonna hear that complaint about financial aid, but trust me, the culture, even 22 years later, 23 years later, the culture is worth it. The love is worth it. The ideal of family is worth it. Just gotta go through it, man. Just like any black family. So I was gonna be a toxicity, but where does it really come from? Anyway, we're gonna get to this next song, man. We're gonna get to the real stuff. This is my boy J.See featuring Rob Otis, aka Rawby. What's it, Rawby now? His mama named Rob Otis. I'm calling Rob Otis. This is Cali Beamin on the Enigma Sept Hour podcast. You got time, baby.
What up, J.See? What up? Yeah. Hey, yo, we in the studio. That was for practice. For sure. FLA to the West Coast. Low riders with the candy paint. Tell me how you feel when you taking all the breeze from those California trees. What up? Yeah. FLA to the West Coast. Low riders with the candy paint. Tell me how you feel when you taking all the breeze from those California trees. What up? Hey, what up? Yeah, what up? Yeah, taking all the breeze from those California trees. What up? Hey, What up? Yeah, okay. Low riders with the candy cane.
Cap 6 sense activated, let's get it cracking. On the Magic Mountain with a 6-flag attraction. Oakland athletic, so let me do a thing. Heard the world still sleeping on this California king. Lived around the Bloods, went to school with the Crips. Studied hard and played ball, so my nigga don't trip. Just a good kid from the West Coast Gotham. Learned a lot from the operation from the bottom. Growing up, you had to get it down without a flaw. When my uncle had his blue 6'4" on the shaw. And this Dr. J, can't forget about the big. It's in my DNA, I know the Richmond way. Hey. Blunt chronic seed planted. Gotta carry on cause the Oscar was a granted. 2, the train of thought, pure art. So how do you really want it, y'all, to measure what apart, baby?
FLA to the West Coast. Low riders with the candy cane. Tell me how you feel when you taking all the breeze from those California trees. What up? Yeah. FLA to the West Coast. Low riders with the candy cane. Tell me how you feel when you taking all the breeze from those California trees. What up?
Boom, 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 and we back. It's your boy Enigma September, and this is the Enigma Sept Hour podcast. What you just heard, my man J.See, my brother, Cali Beamin, West Coast. Peace and blessings to my bro and everybody riding with him. You know what I mean? What AP talking about? Let me see what AP talking about. AP said, yes, that is what my friend told me. She worked at UAPB in Pine Bluff. The financial aid process was a headache. Kids halfway through the semester unfunded. Child. Look here, we ain't gonna be stuck on this, but trust me, half a day. Shouts out to Oakland. Half a day. I'm talking about you go in the financial aid office, the sun is up. You come out, the sun is down, bent down. Yeah, man, it's tough. What you doing? You can't wait. I got 20 minutes. Unfortunately, my godson, he's gonna creep in here knowing I'm recording. Go on back. You want to say hey to the people? Come here. Might as well announce since I got you in the pod. Y'all say hey to Jason. Hey, Jason. Yeah, speak to the mic. Speak into the mic.
Hello.
Yeah, go into the mic.
Hi.
Nah, he say move the mic. Oh man. That's my boy, man. That's my boy. He ain't my boy, but he feel like my boy. It's crazy. Thank you, Raven. Thank you, Julius, for making him. So I can just claim him. I ain't got to claim him on my taxes, but I can claim him. Don't make no sense. But anyway, yeah, man, let's get into it. The tragedy of Takeoff. Man. So actually to even start off, that wasn't even what was crazy was, I guess, they even okay, bet. Just got a text. Oddly enough, so the started off with Takeoff. I woke up this morning and yeah, Fee just told me straight up. Fee just gave it to me. No Vaseline. I just woke up. Just, what's up? Takeoff with Migos dead. And like, what? What? It's like, yeah, it's all over social media. I'm like, what? Like, nah. Right? So, of course, grab my phone. Boom, off top, TMZ. But the crazy thing is, wasn't even the crazy thing that I had heard. So to get into this more personal, I was to kind of piggyback from what I was talking about with Homecoming. Homecoming was dope. FAMU Homecoming was dope. Everything was going without a hitch. And shouts out to CERN. I had the same feeling. We had talked about it. That, it's like boom, we got through a homecoming, and it just seemed like everything was dope. Everything was straight. No drama, nothing crazy happened. Then word came out that there was a shooting in the city, and that left one person. Initially, there was 3 that was reported, but ended up being one person who passed. I think 8 other people got hit. I think including the assailant. 3 people was arrested, including the assailant, but the assailant is in, well, I don't want to say where he at now because he in the hospital. But unfortunately, the person that was deceased ended up being a friend of mine. I ain't finna cap. Not finna cap. Not finna act like we was the closest friends. Not finna act like we hung out all the time or at all. Nothing like that. But played ball in high school, played football, and through that, there's always that brotherhood. When you be with somebody, y'all been through the trenches, even with the coaches, it's just there's always that connection. So even though me and my boy, there was no beef. So when I say we weren't best of friends, I'm not saying that we was any beef. I'm just not for the cap and that like I was in his corner like that, because there's a whole bunch of people, tons of people who can account for him, including even my sister in podcast, Shelby. And so I'm pretty sure if she does a podcast tomorrow, that she's gonna, I got your text, my boy, that she's gonna speak on it. And she'll be better for it. She'll be better to speak on it than I could. But it still hurt. I still shed some tears just because, through this football thing, that was my brother. You know what I'm saying? That was a little homie. And anytime I did see him, anytime afterwards, it was always love. Just like what everybody else say. You know what I'm saying? It was always dapped up. You know what I'm saying? Love. He had that big smile. And it really hurt to think that won't happen again. I won't be able just to go to the store or to an event and just happen to see him and be able to just dap him up. Then to compound on that, to learn that, and again, that's why I'm not gonna cap like I was his bestest friend. I didn't know he was his mother's only child. I didn't know that until now. But that, she losing her only son. He had 2 daughters. His daughter was in the same dance troupe that my daughter's in. You know what I'm saying? We both 40-something-year-old men, you know what I'm saying, with these little girls, man. Trying to raise them. On this brown. Probably should be on this brown. She'll probably should be on the white, huh? I can't imagine. I don't want to imagine. I don't want to imagine my daughter not having me here. For senseless. And, I'm not going to be here to spread any rumors. If I don't know something, I don't know nothing. But from the looks of it, my man was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Point blank, period. Wrong place at the wrong time. Because anybody that knew my man Mario, he ain't bothered nobody. You know what I'm saying? He showed love. He showed love to everybody. He didn't deserve that. And granted, then nobody deserved that. But he didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that. And so, and honestly, I don't care about none of the particulars. I don't care about, why was he out? He should have been home. Bro, hanging out, even you hanging out in the parking lot of a liquor store, do not mean you deserve for that to happen. Do not mean that you asking for that you begging for that. So, you want to come out and be like, well, y'all shouldn't be out hanging. No, that's not the point. The point is you shouldn't be just pulling out weapons for whatever reason. Fight so you can live another day. Pulling out the blicky. And, and it's just sad, man. The whole Rick. Anybody went to Rick is at the turn of the century. Everybody down because of a person's bad decision. But not Mario's bad decision because he didn't make a bad decision. He didn't do nothing. Therefore, he didn't deserve that. So, especially if you want to, don't victim blame. Well, he should have been, he should have did, or if he wasn't doing that. No. Point the finger where it needs to be pointed at. That's the person who decided to do what they did. And just them. And this part of what, I wanted to get into. I'm gonna get again. I'm gonna tie this in. Somebody said just made me love my kids even more. This hurts. Pretty sure it's my cuz. I hate they were trying to tie FAMU Homecoming to this mess. Exactly. Look, man. When it comes down to it, America is violent. America is violent. And just like I was saying with the financial aid, like you have situations. Apologize to everybody. I'm gonna pass it now. You have situations where, you have certain situations that it compound harder on us as Black folks. Not because we did anything, but because of the situation we in. What Malcolm X said, we ain't landing on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landing on us. We are dealing the brunt of, again, white supremacist ideals, institutions, attitudes. And honestly, that attitude don't have a race. You can be Black and be a white supremacist. You can be white and fight against white supremacy. So it's not necessarily if you white or Black, but more so your mindset. And I hate that I see that white supremacist mindset in so many of my people. And want to go and be like, well, why we keep doing things wrong? No. We do things wrong, but it ain't because of us. It ain't because of some inherent trait. Because at the same time, and again, the same time that my man took that blow, over there in California, some dude ran up into a senator's house and attacked her husband. Violence. You don't see nobody saying, man, these white people crazy, man. How you gonna run in a senator's house and with a hammer and try to fracture the skull Senator Pelosi's husband. White people need to get it together. Something wrong with them. That's why white people don't deserve nothing. You don't hear that. You don't hear that. So therefore, we don't need to hear, oh, we can't do nothing right. Or we hang out and there's always a problem. Something wrong with black folk. Black folk need to get together. No, we don't. No, we don't. I mean, we do, but not because there's something wrong with us. It's just that with every group, there's bad apples. It is what it is. Can we do some things to eradicate the bad apples? Can we do some things to raise our kids right so they don't make bad decisions? Yes. But it's not necessarily a black thing. Even because black people are bad or evil or sorry or can't do right. It's not that. So please get out of that. Get out of that mentality. That's not it. My man Mario nor did Takeoff die because they were black. Unfortunately, they died because they were in the wrong place at the wrong time. And supposedly, again, I don't want to speak on things I don't know, but as far as Takeoff go, there's word that first it was a dice game. And again, nothing wrong with no dice game. Ain't no, oh, you a millionaire, you shouldn't be shooting dice. They had nothing to do with it. You do what you want to do. If it's a friendly game, it was a friendly game. Apparently it got out of hand. Things were said. Somebody pulled out the blicky again. And supposedly Takeoff wasn't even part of it. He was just chilling. But because there was disruption and his nephew, Quavo, was in the mix of it, he pulled up. And unfortunately, somebody's gun went off and he got the worst of it. And that's horrible. It's a tragedy. It's a pure tragedy. It just really sucks because he was young. He's only 28. So many times we talk about, oh, well, I'll turn 30. I'll turn 40. He didn't get a chance to do that. Talented. I don't care how you feel about the Migos flow, the Versace flow. Man did his thing, man. You can't do what you do and not have some type of talent. And I ain't never really been anti-Migos. I would probably be, what's the word? Timid, or, I ain't go all off and be like, they're the greatest group of all time. Anybody know me know I ain't gonna say that. But they did their thing. They made their mark. And you can't deny that. You can't deny the mark that them boys made. And it's really just trash that it happened that way. And also, too, apparently there was a situation, if you will. It was out there that Offset, wasn't in the good graces of Quavo and Takeoff. And so Quavo and Takeoff had went off, did one project. I think they had one song, My Uncle and My, what was it? Uncle and Neff, or Uncle Neff. And then they had the new project only built for, I think, Platinum Links. And apparently it just dropped a video called Messy. So they was on their road. They was doing their thing. And even though you saw the beef between them, I want to say, I know for me, it was like, all right, they beefing, but they all family. So they'll get through this. A year down the road, you know what I'm saying? They're going to show up. Maybe 2024. They'll show up at the BET Hip Hop Awards, United, about to drop Culture 4. You know what I'm saying? And go for one last ride. That was the hope. So really, I don't even think a lot of people was even invested in the situation between Quavo, Offset, and Takeoff. But now, unfortunately, there's no amends. Hopefully, and I pray, honestly, that Quavo and Offset in this tragedy can come together, make amends, and move forward. I don't know how. I mean, TLC was able to do it with Left Eye, but this seems like a different beast. And also too, I remember when Feet told me, I figured it was trippy because they were in Houston. They was with Jazz Prince, who was the son of Jay Prince. And it's like, bro, you supposed to be protected. I mean, if you know who Jay Prince is, if you know who Jazz Prince is, like it's almost like this should not have happened at all. It just shouldn't have happened. So I know if I'm shocked on it happening and in the situation that it happened in a bowling alley in Houston, I can only imagine. I can only imagine how shocked that Quavo, who's there and witnessed it, like, bro, like Raven October, ain't no way. I'll lose my mind. Me and him on the road, chilling somewhere we think we straight, and somebody just pop off and he out in front of me. I'm sick. I'm gone. Because I'm pretty sure them boys, there was nephew and uncle, I'm pretty sure their relationship was probably as deep as me and Raven October. Ain't no way, bro. Even now, like, nope. Nah. Nope. Nah. So I can't even imagine, like, the grief of having your partner, damn near your brother, like blood on your hands. I can't imagine dealing with that. So, prayers, man, to their family and everybody affected. I mean, this is crazy. And then also, too, just the relevancy. Horrific Mango said the gun violence in general just completely out of control. This made national headlines because he's a rapper, but how many brothers lost their lives over total nonsense? Exactly my point. And so, like you said, or she said, they said, yeah, I mean, the hottest label in rap with QC, you still the hottest rap group, even though it did seem like they were on the decline as far as popularity go, but they were still that group, even with the split. And so for this to happen, and then also too, just not only that, but just to account for all of the rappers that have, all the rappers that have been taken out in the past 5 years, from Triple X to Nipsey to Pop Smoke. I mean, he wasn't taken out by gun violence, but even I forgot my boy's name. We gotta think about pills, but the King Von, just man. Like I told y'all, like even this year? Seems like every other episode, I'm saying RIP. Like it's really bad, man. It's really bad. And so I know a lot of us, us, people my age who grew up in hip hop in the 90s, I just imagined how much we held on to the murders of Tupac and Biggie. And that was a life-changing, culture-changing situation. You can never downplay the effects of Tupac and Biggie's murder into the culture. But also in that, we can't, as older statesmen in the culture, we can't downplay what our younger brothers and sisters have dealt with in the past 5 years, especially when it comes down to gun violence. We can no longer downplay that because it's too much. It's way too much for us to ignore. It's way too much for us to not pay attention to not speak up on, to not make note of. And if we remember how we felt when Pac died, if we remember how we felt when Big died, and then on top of that, Easy E, Big L, Big Pun, Left Eye, Aaliyah. If we remember how we felt when that happened, we really need to extend our graces to these youngins and say, look, we understand. We here for y'all. We here for support. Like, don't go off and go into these things of, oh, you ain't really know them. They just famous people, whatever. Because I see y'all still worshiping Tupac to this day. It's been 26 years, bro, and y'all still on Tupac. So please don't act like your 26-year-old cousin ain't supposed to be distraught because of Takeoff. Or your 21-year-old cousin shouldn't be distraught because he's still, dealing with losing Triple X or losing Pop Smoke. Or your 28-year-old cousin shouldn't be upset because he lost Nipsey. Like, don't do that. Don't be that hypocrite. Stand tall, stand in the paint, man. Because we've been there. We know how it is. We know what it is on the other end. And this guy, these babies, these kids, these young adults through this. Because it's tough. Especially just the multitude. I only named 5 out of gotta be hundreds. What's your boy? P&B Rock, just not even a month ago. And then on top of that, you got social media where you can see it. We went years without seeing the body of Pop, the autopsy body. It was years before we seen that. We still don't know what Biggie looked like, I don't think. These kids getting it immediately and getting the graphic image of seeing a hero, their favorite artist, laid out immediately. That's traumatizing. Like, over traumatizing. So, again, as elder statesmen, we gotta stand in the paint for these youngins, man. And not sit there and criticize them, not tell them that, oh, it ain't that serious, it ain't Pac and Biggie. No, it's on that level. I'm telling you right now. It's on that level. And so, therefore, we need to stand up. Because Pac and Big gone. I mean, granted, all of them gone. But that was years ago. That's almost, we almost going on decade number 3. We all right. Let's help these babies out, man. And do what we can do to ensure that they got a brighter future, because right now it's looking dim. And honestly, when it come down to it, I was, again, telling my wife about this this morning. I think one of the issues, well, what we're dealing with is an extension of this ideal that I got from Dr. Cornel West. He had a book named, I think it was Race Matters. And in the book, he mentioned about the about black nihilism, and basically what it was is that essentially after the murders of essentially after the murders of Medgar Evers, said that wrong, I apologize. Malcolm X and Dr. King, black folks in America, some black folks in America, got to a point of they started suffering from what's called nihilism. And nihilism is essentially where you basically just stop caring for nothing. Not for yourself, not for your culture, not for anybody around you. You just stop caring at all because it's a defense mechanism brought on by trauma. So with losing those leaders in the community and nationwide, some black folks just said, screw it. Or excuse my French, sorry, mama. Fuck it. I don't care no more. And so because of that, fathers start staying in the homes. Why? It don't matter. I don't got to raise these kids because they're going to grow up to be black and trash anyway. I'm about to take these drugs because who cares? These hard drugs because who cares? Right? Take this crack because life ain't nothing. These white folks ain't going to let me be nothing. So might as well smoke this crack. Might as well go ahead and trick. Not be a mother to my kids, not be a father to my kids. Might as well go and sell these drugs. Try to get whatever money. Maybe that make me feel better, but it doesn't. Might as well shoot these people up for these drugs, for this money. Because who cares? Nobody cares. Nobody cares if you're black in America. And word. Yep. Apathy and nihilism played a big role in dysfunction, destruction we see in younger generations, especially for the black community. But even more so, on top of that, is we talking about generations doubling up. It was funny because I told Fee I read that book. It was probably 02, 03, almost about 20 years ago, literally. And I remember reading the book and then like being in the club or being out somewhere and Lil Jon had the song. Why rather get a girl? I don't give a fuck. Rather get a girl. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And it was just like, it hit me. It hit me. Like, granted, I already explained, rap music is African music. It's black music. Why? Because of not only the drums, but also because of the messaging. We bring messaging through our music. That's what makes it black music. So the fact that Lil Jon, and don't blame Lil Jon, I love that song actually, but it's a mix. It's a hate-love relationship because in that message, that's black nihilism. I don't give a fuck about nothing, anything. And we may not see it as anything. Like, oh, it's just a song, man. Lil Jon, man, it's crunk. But nah, that messaging is true. And as much as I try to brush my mama off, for time and time again, my mom would say, hey, be careful what you listen to, because those spirits will get into you and manifest. And granted, that's my mama. I love mama. But the messaging was there, and it described what Dr. West was saying. That black nihilism, I don't care. And I think what we're seeing now is that nihilism in some of us, not all of us, but in some of us, being manifest, and then topple that with the effects of social media, the effects of video games, and not to blame them, but the effects of it. That does play a part. But to me, the catalyst of all of that comes back to white supremacy, or the ideal of white supremacy, white supremacist ideals, white supremacist institutions, because they feed into that ideal or notion that Black lives don't matter, which is why even that phrase was even created, Black Lives Matter, because white supremacist thinking tell you it doesn't. And when you don't think your Black life matters, then you fall into nihilism, and then, yeah, you can go to a liquor store, and because you got beef with somebody in your neighborhood, you decide to get a gun with a clip. So even though it's supposed to only let out 5 shots, it can let out 50 at one time, and you end up hitting somebody's daddy, somebody's son, somebody's best friend, somebody's brother, taking them out of this world. You just pop off because you feel like somebody tried to do you wrong in a crap game. So you pull out, thinking you aiming at one, it backfired and hit the wrong person. Because you just don't give a fuck when you really should. But we got to understand, too, where that comes from and where it stems from. And not trying to say that there's a particular physical enemy. And shouts out to my girl Dakeria, my boy Aston Martin, AME. I told Fee about this before the Takeoff situation, but was talking about my man Mario. When it come down to the fight against white supremacists and white supremacist thinking, I turned to the Bible. Mama, and there's a verse, and my mama listening, she'll post it. But there's a verse in the Bible, I know in the New Testament, that said, we're not in a battle against flesh and blood. But we're in a battle against powers and principalities. It's beyond the physical. It's the ideal. It's the mentality. It's the attitude. It's not just necessarily what you see, but what you feel, what you think, and what you put in your mind, and what those set around you. I just telling my godson about how social media works and how they can implant in Pavlov's law. You know what I'm saying? How things can be implanted into media to make you think one way or another and be persuaded. And some of us are strong enough to see it, but a lot of us are not. So it's not necessarily about trying to battle a man or a woman, but more so about a mentality and a mindset that all of us can encompass. And first of all, recognizing that, and then being able to battle that. So it don't matter what guns you ban. It don't matter what rules you set up. It don't matter how many police officers you put in a certain area, because there were police officers there. My man's supposed to be safe because there was police there. Takeoff was supposed to be safe. He was with the biggest gangster in Texas. That wasn't supposed to happen. So it don't matter who's there. And again, I told Fee, man, I know I'm getting a wild conversation. But I'm like, it don't matter how many guns you got, because honestly, the guns ain't gonna save you. If you really want to be safe from guns, you need armor. You need bulletproof armor. That's what you really need. So all this ideal of I need a gun. No, you don't. That gun ain't gonna save you. You can't pull out. Rifleman. If you ain't rifleman, it ain't gonna work. That's my father-in-law. It ain't gonna work. You need armor to protect you. But more so than all of that, it's not necessarily about the physical, it's about the mental and getting our minds right. That comes from not hating ourselves, man. Not hating you, and then not hating us. And too many times I see us hating us. Even if you think you're right. Matter of fact, you may be right. You may be right. But are you right when you doing it with the mindset of thinking that we ain't shit, that we ain't nothing? And all that do is feeds into that nihilism, feeds into that idea that our life doesn't matter. That you let Kanye slide and thinking he a genius because he was trying to reverse it. He was stealing money. I don't care how much money Black Lives Matter as an organization was getting. Because you know what? Ain't no telling how much other white organizations get money. They raised how much money for George Zimmerman? And what did he do with it? Who knows? Who knows? So why are we always so gun-ho about Black Lives Matter taking the money? Well, it was the purpose. That was the purpose of it. That was what was important, not the money. Not the money. But you worry about the money. So you want to congratulate white lives? Come on, man. Come on. No, we need to big ourselves up. We need to support each other. We need to be there for each other. Even when we're doing wrong. And if we do wrong, call each other out. Call each other out if we do wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But do it because you love that person, not because you want to tear that person down, not because you think that person is negative, or not because you think that person gonna make us look bad. Because honestly, can't nobody make us look bad unless we allow it. Do we make mistakes? Yeah, but everybody make mistakes. Every group does something that. Why would you do that? But honestly, it comes out of that person. It doesn't mean that the group is bad because that one person. Because as much as you can say, man, Takeoff shouldn't have been there. It wouldn't have been me. But on the flip side, whatever Takeoff could have or should have did, whatever money he got and fame he got had nothing to do with you. So why you think his death reflects on you as a black person? No, it's just a tragedy. It's a sad tragedy that hopefully could have been prevented if people felt better about themselves. So let's work on that. Let's focus on understanding that there are powers and principalities that want us to feel bad, that want us to think negative about ourselves, that want us not to love ourselves, and that's what we got to fight for. We got to fight the love. We have to fight to love ourselves. That's it. And if we focus on fighting the fight the love, as opposed to welling in the hate and the disgust and the nihilism, if we can escape that and focus on fighting to love ourselves, that's when things will get better. That's when things will get better. But we have to love ourselves first. We have to learn to love ourselves. We have to fight to love ourselves. And once that happens, that's when I think things will turn around. Thank you, Mama. Mama said, I knew you was going to be an outstanding performance tonight on your platform on Facebook, YouTube, etc. I'm glad you tuned in, Pastor E. Pastor E on this drink, Mama. I just want you to know. Fight to love each other. Yeah. Yeah. Affirmation. Jack Daniels, too. Shout out to Jack Daniels. I love you, Mama. I love you. Before I get up out of here, man, I'm gonna leave the song to the end, Pat. So we'll wrap everything up with this song. and then that'll be it. Got a guest next week. Not gonna name no names because that's always bad luck, but I know he's excited to be on. I'm excited to finally have him on, so it should be good vibes. And then, yeah, man, we're gonna enjoy this November. It's my baby birthday month. Shouts out to Mackenzie. So I'll give her some love next episode. That'll be right before her birthday. So we're gonna enjoy this November. Y'all stop giving Mariah her money. Yo, boo me. I ain't talking about we gotta fight and love each other. I'm hating on Mariah. Y'all give Mariah her coins, man. Yeah, Mom. It's late. It's late. I'm gonna play this song. Get out of here. Felicia, I love you. Phenomenal cooking experience. If you're in Tallahassee, yo, holla at her. November probably wrapped up. You want to get something good for December, do that. Photos by Enigma Sept, wide open. Holla at you. Matter of fact, not wide open. I got a couple of dates already gone. So you better get in where you fit in. And yeah, man, shouts out Freedom Train Radio, Pat, Joe, Shelby, Candace. Love you guys. Demario, love you, bro. Hate you not here. But peace and blessings to your daughters, to your mama, and everybody else affected. You ain't deserve that, bro. We sadder for it, but hopefully we can make it better by loving ourselves and doing what we spoke tonight. Also, the Takeoff and his family, those affected. Again, he didn't deserve that. So hopefully, again, we can do better. So Takeoff, Mario, yo, y'all with the ancestors now. Y'all represent, bro. Also, too, you know, my mama on point. Let me do that. Let me do this. Y'all forgive me. I do not want to take time, but my mama made a good point. That's why I see my mama. Mama! If those who don't understand, don't know, I think I'm right. Takeoff. The mama in Migos songs, that was Takeoff. That was his voice. If I'm wrong, forgive me, but I'm pretty sure that was his voice. So when you hear me say "Mama," I'm doing that out of respect for my man's. Yeah, let me show this brochure real quick. I think it's on my page. I know my baby trying to show it to me on the phone. But I got it. You guys bear with me. Pat, I'm sorry. I know it sucks for the visual. I mean, it sucks for the audio. Gotta share the screen. What are we doing? Please, y'all, be patient. Be patient. Please, please, please. Don't make it bigger. Okay. On Facebook, I hope you guys can see this. Celebration of Life. They're having something on Sunday, November 6, 2022, for my man Ro. Donations to the family welcome. Cashapp are in person. The Cashapp is $, excuse me, $, long live roasting. That's LONGLIVEROSTEEN. So, you know, if you want to donate to his family, pretty sure it's going straight to his mom and his daughters. You can do so. And like I said, they're having something for him on Sunday in Tallahassee. So, yeah, just want to put that out real quick before we get up out of here. Again, Cash App, $, LONGLIVEROSTEEN. So, thank you guys. Give me the time to do that. I'm going to end this with my girl, C Red, because I love the song and I need good vibes. So, this is Agape, C Red featuring Mariah, Meshae, and we out of here. This is the Enigma Sept Hour podcast. You got time, baby?
With met through mutual friends and got the love story for movies truly you used to binge. Bumping gems over my Bluetooth speaker, woozy with hand. He never knew the thing that wooed me was the truth in his lens. In my feelings, typing text, I'm too cool to send. Wasting time disguises, I'm too frugal to spend. Looking for the signs and the approval of friends. Trying to find the ways that I could group you with men I knew before and didn't pan out. Spent part of life without you, but I can't now. You out of town, but come and see about me when you land. Because I held it down while you were out being the man. Just trying to make you understand.
You take me far beyond what I want, ever dreamed or prayed. You move me from dusk to dawn. There's no patience free.
He hit my line, said he en route. I think it's genius how he knows to meet a need. My ego won't let me speak aloud. He knows